morning to Alma. Now today also we are going to proceed important theorems in this chapter ma, and this is almost end stages of this chapter. I mean in today's class we can complete our ideals chapter. Now we are going to proceed another important theorem, theorem number 16 ma. Let us see statement of it. If R is a commutative ring with unity, if R is a commutative ring with unity, then prove that every maximal ideal of R, is a prime ideal of R. This is your statement. Statement is clear for you. Whenever you can take a ring R which is commutative ring with unity ma, if you can define any maximal ideal of R, that becomes what ma? Prime ideal of R according to this property. But theoretically we have to show this condition, right? The property wise ga ardhamaindi. Every maximal ideal becomes prime ideal. Prati maximal ideal kuda R ring ki evavundi? Prime ideal avutundi, right? That is true. But theoretically we have to show this. For this I want to take given condition here. What is that given condition? In the statement they are giving that R is a commutative ring with unity. This is the given area for you. And for my convenience I want to take some capital M is maximal ideal of R. Let M is capital M is maximal ideal of R. Now, if we can show this M is a prime ideal of R, that completes the condition. You say every maximal ideal is what? Prime ideal, right? For that, whenever M is maximal ideal of R, if R is a commutative ring with unity and M is maximal ideal of R, by case 1 of theorem number 14, theorem number 14 case prakaram emovutunam, case 1 prakaram emovutunam, R by M is a field R naught. That word I am writing here, right? This implies, I am writing condition like this. By case 1 of theorem number 14. Here clearly I am indicating and write down proof of it, complete proof of it. Common area రాయాలంలో ప్లస్ ఈ కేస్ 1 ప్రూఫ్ ప్రాసెస్ అయ్యింది. You get what you get from R by M is a field. Okay, the proof of the you get this condition. But in the beginning stages of the rings chapter we had done one theorem, important theorem. Every field is integral domain. Look at field అయ్యిందంటే 100% integral domain అవుతుంది. Here R by M is a field means is it R by M is integral domain or not? That word I am writing now, right? This implies R by M is an integral domain. Here clear reason I am expressing. Since every field is an integral domain. Every field is an integral domain. No need to write proof of it. Just write down like this. ఇలా రీజన్ మెన్షన్ చేస్తే చాలు, రైట్? ఇక now here we got R by M is an integral domain. Once go to your theorem number 15 case 2. ఒక్కసారి theorem number 15 లో దీని బిఫోర్ theorem లో case 2 చూడండి. Whenever R by P is integral domain, we proved there what in case 2 P is prime ideal of R. Here instead of P what we have M, and we got R by M is an integral domain. According to case 2 of previous theorem, you say this M is what? Prime ideal of R. Clearly I am writing here. By case 2 of theorem number 15 or previous theorem, anything you can proceed. And write down proof of it. But in this a small modification comes to on replacing P with M. అంటే మనం ప్రీవియస్ ఎక్కడెక్కడ p ఉంటే అక్కడెక్కడ m తీసుకోండి. p ఉన్న ప్లేస్ లో m రాసేయండి. దెన్ వి గెట్ m ఈస్ ప్రైమ్ ఐడియల్ ఆఫ్ R. మీరు సెపరేట్ గా ఫార్మ్ చేసుకోండి. ఇలా ఎగ్జామ్ డోంట్ రైట్ లైక్ దిస్. హౌ టు రైట్ దిస్ కంప్లీట్ ప్రూఫ్ హియర్, దిస్ కంప్లీట్ ప్రూఫ్ హియర్, దట్స్ ఆల్. ఇక్కడ బై కేస్ 1 ఆఫ్ థియరమ్ నెంబర్ 14 అలా రాయదు ఎగ్జామినేషన్. రైట్ దట్ థియరమ్. Here also write that proof, but here a small replacement. Wherever p is there, replace with what? Capital M. You get m is prime ideal of R. But initially we take m is what? Maximal ideal of R, and we prove that say m is what? Prime ideal of R. From this word you say every maximal ideal of R is what? Prime ideal of R. That conclusion I am taking. Therefore, every maximal ideal of R is a prime ideal of R. This completes your important theorem number 16. చూడండి సింపుల్ ఉంది, but these two proofs రాసినారంటే it becomes almost 2 pages worth, right? This is your theorem number 16. Yes. Now let us go for theorem number 17. Another very important theorem. Its statement is, if R is a finite word is very important, a finite commutative ring with unity. If R is a finite commutative ring with unity, then prove that every prime ideal of R, every prime ideal of R is maximal ideal of R. This is your theorem number 17, right? What is the difference between 16 and 17? In 16 this finite word is not there, here extra finite word is there. That is the crucial. Already I told you, R is a finite commutative ring with unity means what now? R is a commutative ring with unity and R is finite set. In such case every prime ideal becomes what? Maximal ideal. అంటే R అనేది సింపుల్ గా కామ్యుటేటివ్ రింగ్ విత్ యూనిటీ అయితే మటుకు ఎవ్రీ ప్రైమ్ ఐడియల్ మాక్సిమల్ ఐడియల్ కావాలనే రూల్ లేదు. బట్ మాక్సిమల్ ఐడియల్ ఇంప్లైస్ ప్రైమ్ ఐడియల్ కి నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఇఫ్ R is a commutative ring with unity, then every maximal ideal becomes what? Prime ideal. But every prime ideal maximal ideal కావాలంటే that ring should be what now? Finite commutative ring with unity అయి ఉండాలి. That is the condition, right? ఇక now come on to the proof. ఇక proof కి వచ్చేసాము. First I want to take a given condition. In the statement they are giving that R is a finite commutative ring with unity. Right? Now let us take P is prime ideal of R. If we can show that P is maximal ideal of R, that completes for total work. For that cause, in the next step, I want to take P is prime ideal of R. Now we have to show that P is what now? Maximal ideal of R. That completes the work, right? But whenever P is prime ideal of R, whenever P is prime ideal of R, according to case 2 in theorem number 16, theorem number 16 లో ఒకసారి case 2 చూడండి, right? By case 2 of theorem number 15, not 16, no sorry, theorem number 15. Theorem number 15 లో case 2 ఒకసారి అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, right? What we have that case 2? If P is prime ideal of R, then R by P is what now? Integral domain, right? If P is prime ideal of R, then R by P is what? I mean it may be case 1. By case 1 of theorem number 15 లో ఒక్కసారి theorem number 15 లో case 1 అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, right? Then what we get now? P is prime ideal of R now. By case 1 of theorem number 15, what do you get? P is, I mean R by P is an integral domain. Again, this complete proof write down. Write down proof of it. The proof anta rasesayidanu. Case 1 of theorem number 15, right? You get this condition. Yes, no? You got here R by P is an integral domain. But you know R is a finite set. Whenever R is finite set, R by P is also finite set. I mean here R by P is integral domain means R by P should be what now? Finite integral domain. That word I am writing. This implies R by P is a finite integral domain. Right? But in beginning stages of this chapter, especially in beginning stages of our rings now, right? We proved one very important theorem in the examination point of view also, that is very important theorem. Every finite integral domain is a field. Basically, every integral domain need not be field, but every finite integral domain is a field. Here, R by P is finite integral domain. According to that theorem, what do you say? R by P is a field. Just use that theorem as a property. This implies R by P is a field. Clear reason I am making, since every finite integral domain is a field. Due to this reason, we say R by P is a field. But whenever R by P is a field, according to case 2 of theorem number 14, is it this P is maximal ideal of R or not? Why? Clearly I am writing case 2 of theorem number 14. In theorem number 14, once go to case 2, but there also small replacement you have to do while writing the proof. Write down proof of it on replacing M, capital M with P. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేయాలి? కంప్లీట్ దిస్ కేస్ 2 ఆఫ్ థియరం నెంబర్ 14 ప్రూఫ్ రాయాలి. దాంట్లో ఎక్కడెక్కడ M ఉంటే దాన్ని P తో రీప్లేస్ చేసేసేయండి. యు గెట్ P is maximal ideal of R. అర్థమైంది కదా నేను చెప్పిన కండిషన్? ఇప్పుడు ఇక చూడండి. Initially we taken P is what? Prime ideal of R. We proved that same P is what? Maximal ideal of R. Now we say every prime ideal is maximal ideal, but here R should be what? Finite commutative ring within it. Remember. Therefore, every prime ideal of R is a maximal ideal of R. This completes your theorem number 17. But here also again these two proofs you have read, so that this becomes again almost 2 pages worth. Right? This is about theorem number 17. Yes. Now let us see theorem number 18, which is last theorem in this ideas now. It is if M is a maximal ideal, if M is a maximal ideal of ring of integers, then prove that M is generated by prime integer or prime number, any word you can use. This is your new statement. Statement is clear for you now. If suppose M is maximal ideal of ring of integers means what? Z comma plus comma dot. Integer set is always ring, so that you can call it as ring of integers, right? Now if m is maximal ideal of this ring of integers, then 100% m should be what now? Generated by prime number. That means m is always generated by prime number, means m is generated by n, where n should be what now? Prime number or prime integer. That is above statement. అంటే ఒక రింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటీజర్స్ కి ఏ మాక్సిమల్ ఐడియల్ తీసుకున్నా కూడా that maximal ideal should be generated by prime number or prime integer. That condition theoretically we have to show, right? For that, first I want to take your given condition in the statement. Statement lo ichna condition తీసుకున్నాము. What is that? In the statement we have m is maximal ideal of m is a maximal ideal of ring of integers. This is the given condition for you. This is the condition, right? In the next step, I want to take m is generated by n and I can show that n is prime number. That completes for total number, right? For that cause, in the next step, let us take m is equal to an ideal generated by n. Clearly, I am writing. Now we have to show that n is prime integer. n is prime integer. If you can show this condition, that completes your total work, right? Other chances. But for my convenience, I want to take n is equal to a into b, where a and b are prime integers. A and b should be what here now? Prime integers. Right? To prove n is prime integer, I want to take n equal to a into b and other than prime అని తీసుకుంటాను. ఇంకా క్లియర్ గా చెప్పాలంటే ఏదో రిలేషన్ తీసుకొని I can show n is prime integer, right? Here let us define. ఇక్కడ n అనేది a into b గా తీసుకున్నాం. This is number 1 గా తీసుకున్నాం. In the next step, I want to define one ideal u which is generated by a. ఈ a తో జనరేట్ అయ్యేట్టుగా ఒక ఐడియల్ u తీసుకుంటాను. అంటే I want to take u is an ideal of r generated by a. But basically a is one of the number in n where n is what generator of m we taken. Due to that cause, m should be what now? Subset r equal to u is subset r equal to r. Amma u అనేది r ఐడియల్ అంటున్నాం కాబట్టి always it is subset r equal to u is subset r equal to r. ఇది ఎలా వచ్చింది? m is subset r equal to r. n అనేది దీంట్లో ఒక నెంబర్, దాంట్లో ఒక ఫ్యాక్టర్ తో మనం జనరేట్ చేస్తున్నాం u. That's why m should be what now? Subset r equal to u. Right? I take this condition and whenever like this you can take and m is maximal ideal, so that u equal to r and ఇక్కడ z u equal to z or u equal to m with z. అక్కడ దాకా మనం వర్క్ చేద్దాం ఫస్ట్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్ లో ఏం చేస్తున్నాను? Let us define an ideal u is equal to ideal generated by a of z. In what way we are going to define now? M is subset r equal to u is subset r equal to z. Because here ring of integers means our ring is what? Integer set. Any problem is there? I mean, whenever you can take u like this one, 100% this is possible. But already we know m is what here maximal ideal. If you can draw equation like this one, by the definition of maximal ideal, either u equal to m or u equal to z. First I am writing this one. This implies either u equal to z or u equal to m. Since what is the reason here? M is maximal ideal of R. Just I use the definition of maximal ideal. Maximal ideal definition use chestunnamu, right? Now we have to do our question, our condition in both cases. In case one, take this. There we have to show m is generated by m, where m is prime integer. And in case 2, take u equal to m, there also we have to show what m is generated by prime integer. And two cases lo cheyali. Let us go for case number 1. What is that case now? Let us take u is equal to z. Okay now? But u is what here now? Is it ideal generated by a or not? U is what now? Ideal generated by a. Z means ring itself now. Z and ring itself. ring itself is always generated by 1 or not. మనం r అనే రింగ్ ఉంది కదా దాన్ని ఎలా రాస్తున్నాం కొన్నిట్లో ప్రీవియస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ generated by 1 like that ఇక్కడ r అంటే z ma, so that it is generated by 1. Here I am writing the reason since z is what ma, ideal generated by 1. Okay, but whenever this is equal to this, is it a equal to 1 is possible or not? Perfect. This a value should be what ma, 1. Now here we got a equal to 1. Substitute that a equal to 1 in equation, ఈ రిలేషన్ లో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి. Substituting a equal to 1 in equation 1, we get what do you got now? N is equal to b, and what is b here now? Where b is prime integer. Here n equal to b and b is prime integer means what is the nature of n? N is also prime integer or not? This implies n is a prime integer. Yes, case 1 completed or not? We taken this maximal idea m is generated by n and we put that n is what? Prime integer. That completes your case number 1, right? In the similar way, you have to do case number 2 also. ఇదే మోడల్ మనం case 2 కూడా వర్క్ చేయాలి. What is that case 2? Case 2 condition ఏంటమ్మా? Let us take u equal to m. There also again how to show n is a prime integer. Let us consider that u is equal to m, right? But what is u here now? U is ideal generated by a. Ideal generated by a means a should belongs to u or not? 100%. అమ్మా ఇప్పుడు జనరేట్ చేసేప్పుడు దాంట్లోనే ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ తోనే జనరేట్ చేస్తాం అంటే ఏ కంపల్సరీ u లో ఉంటుంది. ఏ u లో ఉంది and u equal to m అయిందంటే is a belongs to m or not? Absolutely. That condition I am writing here. This implies a belongs to m. Since the reason is what ma? A should belongs to ideal generated by a. That is a should belongs to u. A u లో ఉందంటే u equal to m అయిందంటే a m లో ఉంటుంది, right? But whenever a belongs to m and m is generated by n, m is generated by n అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటమ్మా? Each element of m can be written as multiple of n. అప్పుడే దీన్ని జనరేటర్ అంటాం. జనరేటర్ అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? m లోని ప్రతి ఎలిమెంట్ ఎంత మల్టిపుల్ గా ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయవచ్చు. మల్టిపుల్ గా ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయడం అంటే ఏంటి? ఈచ్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ m can be written as n into some integer. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఏ m లో ఉంది అంటే a ని కూడా ఎలా రాయొచ్చు? n into some integer గా ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేద్దాం. This implies clear line that a is equal to n into r where r belongs to z1. Reason is what? M is ideal generated by n. M is ideal generated by n కాబట్టి ఏ m లో ఉందంటే ఆ a ని n into some integer గా ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయవచ్చు. అదే రాసాను, రైట్? Let it be this is number 2. ఇప్పుడు ఈ 2 తీసుకెళ్ళేసి 1 లో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తాము. Substituting 2 in 1, we get what is that value? N is equal to a is what? N into r into b. This n once gets cancelled, right? Then here what we got? R into b is equal to 1. Basically here r and b both are integers, especially positive integers. Negative వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ లేదు, రైట్? r and b both should be what? Positive integers. ఎందుకు positive integers? ఇక్కడ క్లియర్ రాసి r is one integer basically, b is what? b అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏమన్నాము? ప్రైమ్ ఇంటీజర్ అన్నాము. ప్రైమ్ నెంబర్ is always పాజిటివ్ నెంబర్ కదా. ఇక్కడ b పాజిటివ్ అండి, a is any integer తీసుకోండి. ఈ రెండింటి ప్రోడక్ట్ 1 కావాలి అంటే 100% పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ r equal to 1 and b equal to 1. Then only r into b is 1. ఇంకో పాసిబిలిటీ కూడా ఉంది. r equal to -1, b equal to -1 అయినా r into b equal to 1 అవుతుంది. బట్ b నెవర్ బి నెగటివ్ ఇంటీజర్. ఎందుకు? ప్రైమ్ ఇంటీజర్ అన్నాం కదా. ప్రైమ్ ఇంటీజర్ అంటే ప్రైమ్ నెంబర్ స్టార్ట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ 2 కదా, అసలు నెగటివ్ వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ లేదు. ఇక b కి పాసిబిలిటీ లేదంటే ఇది కూడా లేనట్టు ఇక్కడ రాయడానికి r into b equal to 1, రైట్? సో దట్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఫర్ r and b? 1 and 1. ఇక్కడ మనకు r వాల్యూ అవసరం లేదు, ఎస్పెషల్లీ వీ నీడ్ b వాల్యూ. హౌ మచ్ యు గాట్? b 1. Substitute that b equal to 1 in equation number 1. Substituting b equal to 1 in equation 1, we get, yes, what is that telling me? n is equal to a because b is one substitute. Where what is a here? Prime integer or not? A is prime integer. Once with the condition, what's the condition children? We got n equal to a and a is what? Prime integer. So that n is also prime integer or not? This implies n is prime integer. That's all. In case 2 also we proved n is what? Prime integer. In both cases we proved n is what? Prime integer. From this what you say? If m is maximal ideal of ring of integers, then m should be what? Generated by n or not. That completes the condition. Clear or awesome? Therefore, if m is, just statement repeat yourself. If m is a maximal ideal of ring of integers, then m is generated by prime integer. M is generated by prime integer. This completes another very important theorem, and this is about complete ideals chapter. దీంతో మనకి ideals chapter, one of the very important chapter in this unit, we completed.